have, you're here, you're LP, you're a green card holder, maybe you're naturalized, maybe you're like trying to get family members into the country, what have you. That process, as you probably know, already takes a long time. We see that that time is getting even longer. That they're using this term called administrative processing, which is basically just this black hole where they will keep people for literally years, where they like won't make a final judgment on your application, and so you could be in this country, you could kind of have done all the things right, you know, your family members could have done all the things right, you aren't from one of the countries, like you've done all your background checks, but yet, you know, I think we're increasingly seeing people still getting caught up with that. And the one thing that I think is just so absurd. I mean, a lot of things are absurd about President Trump, but the one thing that I think is absurd about his like extreme vetting kind of whole approach is like the reality is that like we already have one of the most intense vetting processes of any country on earth, right? And so there's not to say that there can't be small changes made, but the notion that somehow we need to add a lot more process to this to actually protect our national security is again just completely not supported by any objective facts. And I think the evidence is clear that this is just another way in which he's carrying out this agenda of bigotry and discrimination.
And that is true. That's something I have noticed is the delays in everything. So delays in naturalization, delays in basically any type of change, any type of form you're going to fill out, any petition, any application that has been delayed. I think naturalization, rightfully so, is delayed because there's been an influx of that. So a lot of people are naturalizing, which is good. I definitely recommend that. If you're a green card holder and you're eligible to naturalize, what are you waiting for is my question to you. Once you naturalize, one, you kind of cement your place in the U.S., and also now you're allowed to vote. You're allowed to participate and, share that civic duty with us and help be the change that you want to see. And so if you're a green card holder and you're eligible, please naturalize. I don't know what you're waiting on. But do expect delays. And for administrative processing, that's been an issue. I'm actually facing that currently with clients, several clients from the Middle East, go figure, not from the banned countries. And there is a way around that, though. So what we do is we file federal lawsuits against the Department of State. We file mandamus writs. And we force, the judge forces the Department of State to issue a decision. And I would say 90% of the time, that decision is favorable. And the other 10% of the time, the Department of State has pretty good reason to deny it. So.
Yeah, we actually just filed a case like that a couple of weeks ago.
And what's your experience with it? Is it positive usually?
Yeah, I mean, we just filed it, so we'll see. But yeah, I think that I think that is the way to really kind of, because I think the reality is that like, if they had a reason to deny it, they would just deny it. I mean, like for the most part, right? And so I think a lot of times if they're just holding on to these applications for a long time, they don't have a reason. They're just trying to like find one, and they keep it.
Do we have more questions from the ladies? Any more questions? It's time for the salah, and then we can go pray and then come back. We have the snacks, and also we can chat one-on-one if anybody has questions for our guests. Okay. You can, you want to pray with us? Go downstairs, and if you are on travel, you can help yourself. The food is in the